I'm glad to see you back. We have more about Esau and Jacob's story. It's kind of a cool story because they were two brothers and they were even twins, but they weren't anything like each other. They were way different, remember? Esau liked to hang around with his dad and go hunting and fishing and do stuff outside. Jacob liked quieter things. He liked to hang around home and probably do things with his mom and stuff like that, quiet things. Because Jacob was home a lot, he probably learned to cook really well with his mom. And it's okay for men to be cooks. One day, he had made some really good stew. Does your mom or dad make stew? In the cold weather, it's yummy. It was everybody's favorite stew. Esau had been out hunting all morning and he was so hungry. So hungry that he could smell that stew from far away as he was coming home. As soon as Esau got home, he said to Jacob, "Quick, give me some of your stew. I'm starving. I can't wait any longer." Jacob said, "Give me your birthright." Now, I bet you don't know what a birthright is because we don't have those anymore. But in Esau and Jacob's time, the oldest child got twice as much as the younger children. And Jacob was born first, remember? So he was the oldest, even though it was only by a couple minutes. So Jacob said, "You know what? If you're that hungry, I'll give you stew, but you have to give me your birthright." A birthright was a special blessing that the oldest child got. Gave them double of everything their parents left when they died. Things like money and the animals and the farm and all that stuff, the tent. So when Jacob asked Esau for his birthright, Esau should have said, "No way. That's something special for me, and I need to use it carefully because every gift I get is a gift from God." But guess what? Esau could only think of how hungry he was. And he said, "Yeah, okay, fine. You can have my birthright. Just give me some food before I die." By choosing food over the birthright, Esau did a really bad thing. He made a decision he couldn't change. And he disappointed God because he didn't understand how important that special gift was. And so instead of being patient and waiting for a really great gift, he wanted a bowl of soup instead. Well, how many times have you had to make a choice between doing the right thing and something you could have right away? I bet you have. I think we all do. Sometimes we have to choose between being a kind friend or getting to play with everybody, or helping the teacher for a minute or running out to recess right away. I bet if you pay attention this week, you'll find lots of choices you make. Try to make the good choices, not the bad ones. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
Greetings, friends. I'm Gabby. Do you remember the twin brothers, Esau and Jacob? Well, Esau was going to get a promise from his dad, Isaac, for being the oldest son. In the time of the Bible, this was called a birthright. The promise that Esau received from his dad, Isaac was that he would lead the family and take his dad's job when he got older. One day, Esau returned from hunting and was really hungry. His brother Jacob had made some soup, and he really wanted some. So, he made a quick decision to trade his entire promise from his dad for a bowl of soup. He traded something so big for something so small. But what if Esau stopped and prayed? Instead of stopping to pray, Esau made a quick decision so he could get something he wanted right away. It's important to remember that God is always available to talk to us and help guide us to the best decisions. I really think that God would have reminded Esau of the amazing promise that he was giving up. Esau would have realized that the bowl of soup was not equal to his birthright. Last year, my parents gave me a bicycle that I've been wanting for so long. Having a bike meant I could go to my friends' houses and we could all bike to school together. One day at school, a boy in my class had the best new video game. He said I could come to his house and play if he could have my bike. In the moment, I wanted to play so bad that I traded my bike to play the game. When it was time to go home, I realized I didn't have a bike to ride home on. Friends, decisions are hard to make sometimes, and we don't always make the best choices. But when we pray and talk to God, God helps to guide us to the best decisions. Listen to what God is saying to you. I think we'll all make better decisions if we do it that way. Now it's your turn to wonder.
Welcome back to session 10 of Sunday School this week. So today we're going to make a paper turkey. You'll find a paper bag in there and some feathers. So I'm going to start with the middle one in the back because this is going to be, the turkey fan that goes behind. So I'm going to glue it right behind because this will be his face. Just need a little bit of glue to get that feather stuck on there. There we go. Stick that one in the middle, and then we'll build the other feathers around that. So I'm going to do pink and green next. So in the Bible story today, Esau made a choice. And sometimes choices can be hard. Have you ever had to make a hard choice? I know I have. So here's a couple scenarios, and maybe think about what you would do in these scenarios. So your parents ask you to clean your room, but you like playing with your toys. What choice do you make right then? Well, you don't want to get in trouble with your parents, so you should probably do what your parents ask you to do. And sometimes we have to make the choice to stop doing the fun things that we want to do, but we usually get to go back to doing them once we do what we're asked. So another one, a classmate is sitting alone at lunch. You're sitting with your friends. What choice do you make? What choice would you make there? Would you go and be a good friend and ask them to come sit with you? Or would you just let them sit there alone and kind of be sad? I think I would ask them to come hang out with us because the more the merrier. I enjoy hanging out with a lot of people. So there are my turkey feathers on the back. It'll kind of look like that, but this is going to be your face. So another one. You are using your favorite electronic, like a tablet or something, but your friend wants to play with you. What choice do you make? Do you think it would be a good choice to put the tablet down and hang out with your friend? Or ignore them and want to continue playing with your electronic? That can be a hard one. But we also have to remember how other people feel. So we don't want to hurt our friends' feelings. So the two little orange pieces, these are the beak. So the first one, under our mouth, goes on the bottom part of the page, or the paper. The second one goes right on top of the flap. So, when your turkey opens his mouth, you can see that there's, all right. So another one. You are watching your favorite TV show, but your parents ask you to get ready for school. Ooh, what do you do there? I usually find it best to do what the parents ask. So once you do what you have to get done, us parents usually let you go back to doing what you want to do as soon as you get whatever's done. So, all right, so now we need to give our turkey some eyes. This part's really easy. So, just draw in a couple little dots. And there's your turkey. If you want, you could maybe give him some silly little eyebrows. There, I got a turkey with eyebrows. So there is your turkey puppet. So one last question. In the Bible story, Esau quickly decided to give up his birthright. He did not think through his actions at all. What do you think might have happened if Esau had taken the time and prayed to God about such a huge decision before he just made it? I think he would have stopped and thought about the consequences and maybe made a different choice or talked to his parents about it. Because you can go to your parents and talk to them and they will usually help you also make a good decision. Thanks for hanging out this week and happy Thanksgiving.